Relational maintenance requires self-disclosure. What is self-disclosure? Self-disclosure occurs when we voluntarily provide information to others that they would not know unless we told them. Why self-disclose? Self-disclosure can lead to deeper relationships. It also fulfills a need for acceptance and self-validation. Be aware of self-disclosure expectations. It's important to listen so that you provide reciprocity. Reciprocity is sharing information about oneself with another person, with the expectation that the person will share information that is similar in risk or depth. Appropriateness is an aspect of self-disclosure related to the propriety of revealing certain information to another person. Be aware that gender differences exist in the expectations of self-disclosure and reciprocity. Remember that self-disclosure should be reciprocal, meaning that the person you reveal something to should respond with information about himself or herself that is similar in depth. The frequency with which one partner self-discloses to another should be reciprocal as well. It should be appropriate, meaning that it can be a mistake to reveal information that is too personal too soon in the development of the relationship. It involves some risk because knowledge is power. By revealing information to another person, you give that person a degree of power over you. It's highly rewarding because it's a building block of relational intimacy. How should we self-disclose? Determine whether it's appropriate. Assess the risk factors. Assess the context. Disclose incrementally. Remember that reciprocity is crucial. And adapt, adapt, adapt. Self-disclosure can be extremely rewarding, but it is not without risks. Remember, self-disclosure is providing someone with information about yourself that she or he couldn't learn about unless you revealed it. It should be reciprocal, meaning that the person you reveal something to should respond with information about himself or herself that is similar in depth. The frequency with which partners self-disclose should be reciprocal as well. It should be appropriate, meaning that it can be a mistake to reveal information that is too personal too soon in the development of a relationship. Altman and Taylor's theory of social penetration suggests that self-disclosure is characterized by its breadth and depth. The theory predicts that relationships become more intimate as the self-disclosure grows in breadth and depth. Each relationship represents a degree of social penetration. So the outside of the onion represents the breadth of what we can share across all sorts of different topics. The inner circles represent the things that we don't share as much. The social penetration model is a model of self-disclosure that asserts that both the breadth and depth of information shared with another person increase as the relationship develops. On the outside of the circle, we have the number of topics. As you go closer to the inner circle, you have the superficial level, the intimate level, and the very intimate level. As the relationship develops, you get greater breadth and depth. The Johari window reflects three significant elements: the stages of relational development, the degree of self-awareness, and other people's perceptions. As intimacy increases, self-knowledge also increases because we learn a lot about ourselves from the relationships we have with others. And this is the Johari window. On the top, we have known to self, unknown to self. On the side, we have known to others, unknown to others. And in each square, we have a different degree of relational and self-knowledge. The open quadrant represents that part of yourself that you know and have revealed to another person. As a relationship becomes more intimate, the open quadrant grows larger. The hidden quadrant is information that you know about yourself but have not shared with the other person. This quadrant is fairly large initially, but as you self-disclose, it shrinks and the open quadrant grows. The information in the unknown quadrant is part of yourself that you have not yet discovered or realized. As you learn and self-disclose more, or as others learn more about you, this quadrant becomes smaller. Individuals who are not very introspective and do not have a very well-developed sense of self have larger unknown areas than do those who have made a concerted effort to come to know themselves. The open quadrant represents that part of yourself that you know and have revealed to the other person. The hidden quadrant is information that you know about yourself but have not shared with the other person. The unknown quadrant is that part of yourself that you have not yet discovered or realized. The blind quadrant includes real aspects of ourselves that we fail to recognize, like nonverbal cues. The blind quadrant is usually small when someone doesn't know us very well, and it grows larger as that person observes more information that is in our unknown quadrant. So here's where we've been in Chapter 7. What is interpersonal communication? What motivates us to develop relationships? How do we communicate our relationships? How do we maintain our relationships? And what role does self-disclosure play? And of course, we looked at the theory of social penetration and the Johari window.